I believe prophets are the only ones who are allowed to smoke weed.
May the Almighty protect you and guide you from all the dangers and perils of the night or the day. You will never and ever encounter any problem. Even though if you encounter a problem, we have a supreme God who is going to protect you and guide you and let you out from the problems you find yourself. Hello there. I go by the name Flamboyant Lifestyle. I'm going to let you understand something. When we talk about smoking, smoking is something that we have to look at, and it's very important when it comes to the fraternity of we being Christians. If you are a Christian, you have to live a modest life because the Bible has specifically made us understood that we are the light, and the light have to shine all over the place that we find ourselves. Smoking will engage your lungs to be affected, and also you have so many health implications within your own self. You don't have to indulge yourself in smoking because of your life without not you yourself not knowing. So if you're a Christian, you have to be very careful about the way you go about things, the way you talk, the way you behave, the way you carry yourself, because you have to let a lot of people understand and know that you are a Christian. I'm going to let you watch this video. I don't know that whether Prophet Uebert was joking about this or he just said it out from what he wants to say. He was trying to let us understand that prophets have to smoke weed. So without no wasting my time, let's pay attention and listen to what Prophet Uebert have to tell us in this video.
Word called rohe, to see. Okay? Then there is a word called nabi. Nabi means to bubble forth. It's like bubbles. It's not orderly. It's bubbling here, and boom, it happens. Have you read the book of Isaiah? If you read it, you realize that it's not conjoined. It's like you hear Isaiah talking about something, then immediately say something else. And immediately we say, oh, here he was talking about Christ, but before that he was talking, how? It's Nabi, he's bubbling forth. The Ethiopian eunuch said, is the writer speaking of himself or of another man? And Philip said of another one. Because he couldn't be read there because it's a Nabi. Then another one that talks about false prophet is a word in the Hebrew that describes a plant boiling up. In other words, 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees is orderly. That means the false prophet is the one who plants. What to say? A prophet of God, it comes. Even he himself will be shocked. You might not know my shock because I have already trained and matured in it. But constantly when I prophesy to you, I'm even shocked. You see, I have said this, and please don't quote me. I don't tell no one. This is a secret. I believe prophets are the only ones who are allowed to smoke weed. Not that they smoke here. Just imagine going to somebody and say, your name is this. A person you have never seen in your life. This is the first time. What if he says it's a lie? Then I tell you what you dreamed of. I tell you what road you stay in. I've never been there. You need to be on a high. That's why I always say there is no high like the Most High. To think you can just approach it and I will be doing it in a few seconds. To think you can just go and say, you stand up, hi, and you start. Where do you know me from? How are you so bold to say these things? Right. Then after that, I will tell you that in 2 years' time, you're going to have the. How? You need some level of high. And when you go there, you just go like. And you go there like, yeah, stand up, yeah. And you don't care whether they say yes or no, you continue.
He has spoken a lot and he has made us understand so many things in this video. But I want you to be very careful. We have to understand that if you're a prophet and you have followers, you have people following you, you're a pastor, you need to be mindful about what you say. You need to be very careful because thousands and millions of people are watching you. And if you're a Christian, be very careful about pastors you listen to, people you wish they are your role models or people you look up to. You might end up copying their behavior unknowingly. So you need to be very careful. I'm going to let us watch another quick video from Dr. Abel. He was trying to let us understand that smoking or drinking alcohol is not a sin. Let's listen to what Dr. Bedamna have to tell us in this video.
I've told you alcohol is not a sin. I've told you cigar is not a sin. If you like, put it on newspaper headline. I said it. Alcohol is not a sin. Cigar is not a sin. Am I saying you should smoke? You should have sense from your father's house to know that cigar will cut short your life.
You know, I was preaching to a gentleman one day while he was smoking. And he went to... And I didn't say anything about his smoking. He just kept on smoking and I was talking. And then he thought, doesn't he notice I'm smoking? Then when I wouldn't say anything about his smoking, he said, I believe everything you're saying, but I can't stop this thing. I said, you don't have to stop it. He thought, oh. I said, haven't you tried to stop it before? He said, I've tried many times, I couldn't stop it. I said, now you can't stop it, so you don't have to worry. Shocked. Because you see, he was thinking he has to drop that first, he has to stop it first before Christ can. If you could clean yourself for God first before God came, then you don't need him.
My question is in regards to drinking of wine as a Christian. Lobo Baba, is it wrong to drink wine as a Christian? Please clarify this scripture, sir, in the book of Ecclesiastes 9:7-10. Thank you, sir.
Well, drinking wine, Ecclesiastes 9:70.
9:7-10.
9:7-10. Put it up. Put it up for us. Let's read it. Ecclesiastes. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart, for God now accepted thy works. Next verse. Let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. Next verse. Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of thy life, of thy vanity which thou hast given, which he hath given thee under the sun, and all the days of the vanity. For that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. Moreover, I can give you New Testament scriptures to establish that Jesus turned water to wine. And then Timothy in the epistles was sick. Brother Paul said to him, drink a little wine for your stomach's sake. So, Dr. Damina, are you now saying that we can drink alcohol? I never finished. You have finished before me. What I am saying is that alcohol is not a sin. Alcohol is not a sin. Yes, you heard me. Because we all take alcohol in one form or the other. In our food, there's alcohol. In our cakes, there's alcohol. So alcohol cannot be sin. And Jesus turned water to wine, and that wine was alcoholic. So that cannot be sin. But the problem with alcohol is the addiction. The addiction. And as a child of God, you're not supposed to be in bondage. You're supposed to be in liberty. So since alcohol has tendencies of putting a man in bondage, then stay away from concentrated alcohol. Stay with the ones that are in your food, the ones that are in your cake. And if for any reason you want to drink wine, there are non-alcoholic wines all over the place. You can take a carton of it and still be normal. Remember, another problem with alcohol is that when you get drunk, you become a foolish person. And God doesn't want you to be fool, slow of heart to believe.
He has spoken a lot. He has made us understand so many things. It's not a sin. The only sin is someone who has not accepted Jesus Christ and believe in the water baptism and the spirit gospel. If you've not done that, that's a huge sin. But smoking and all those things is going to affect you, like he said in the video. If you not accepted Christ, please accept Christ, because day in and day out, the clock is ticking. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you another time.